Here's something that blew my mind. Studies show that 80% of Americans experience physical symptoms from stress, but the ways we deal with it are completely unique to each person. It's like we're all carrying around these personalized stress management toolkits that nobody taught us how to build.
That's fascinating because our modern lifestyle seems almost designed to maximize stress. Between the constant notifications and endless deadlines, we're basically living in a pressure cooker.
Well, you know what's really interesting about that? Research shows that chronic stress actually changes our brain chemistry. Like it physically alters how our neurons fire and communicate.
So how do you personally handle all that pressure? I'm really curious about your approach.
Oh, my method is what I call the physical release. When stress hits, I lace up my running shoes and hit the pavement. And studies back this up. Vigorous exercise can reduce stress hormones by up to 40% in a single session.
That's such a different approach from my analog reset method, where I completely disconnect from screens and immerse myself in baking.
Tell me more about that. What is it about baking that helps you decompress? Is it the methodical nature or something deeper?
Well, when your mind is swimming with abstract problems, baking forces you to focus on precise, tangible actions. There's actually research showing that repetitive physical tasks can lower cortisol levels significantly.
That makes so much sense. It's like your brain can't maintain that stress response when it's fully engaged in measuring ingredients and monitoring temperatures. And the science shows that mindful activities can reduce anxiety levels by up to 60%.
Exactly right. Plus, there's something incredibly satisfying about creating something tangible when everything else feels chaotic.
You know what's fascinating about both our approaches? They're completely different, but tap into the same psychological principle, what experts call flow state. Whether it's through running or baking, we're both finding ways to get our brains into that optimal zone.
That's really interesting. Could you explain more about this flow state concept?
So flow state is this psychological phenomenon where you're so completely absorbed in an activity that everything else falls away. Researchers have found it's one of the most effective natural stress relievers because it literally changes your brainwave patterns.
That explains why both our methods work so well despite being so different. We're both achieving that state through different paths.
Exactly. And what's really cool is that neuroscience shows these activities actually trigger different parts of the brain. Running activates the fight or flight response in a controlled way, while methodical activities like baking engage the prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate emotions.
That's fascinating how we're using different neural pathways to achieve the same result.
And you know what else is interesting? Recent studies show that having a specific stress relief ritual, whatever it might be, can increase its effectiveness by up to 25%. It's like our brains learn to associate that activity with relaxation.
Well, that certainly explains why I automatically feel calmer just walking into my kitchen now.
Right. And speaking of rituals, I've noticed that combining different stress relief methods can be even more effective. Like sometimes after a run, I'll do some gentle stretching while practicing deep breathing. It's like a 1-2 punch for stress relief.
That's really smart. I've actually started incorporating some mindfulness techniques into my baking process too.
You know what's really encouraging about all this? The research shows that these stress management techniques become more effective over time. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your resilience becomes.
That's such an important point about consistency and practice.
And here's something else to consider. Studies indicate that people who have a regular stress management routine are 45% more likely to report better overall life satisfaction. It's not just about managing stress, it's about improving our whole quality of life.
Well, that really puts things in perspective. We're not just talking about temporary relief, but long-term well-being.
Exactly. And as we wrap up, I think the key takeaway is that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Whether it's running, baking, or something completely different, the most effective stress management technique is the one that resonates with you personally.
And the science clearly shows that finding and sticking to that personal method can make a real measurable difference in our lives.
So true. And remember, whatever method you choose, the goal isn't to eliminate stress completely. It's about building resilience and finding healthy ways to process it. Because at the end of the day, how we handle stress shapes how we handle life.